Yeah, and I would classify Bisping as a fluke. And so I'm gonna hate on him a little bit here, but I like Mike. I think he's very likable. I'd love to drink and hang out with him.
Yeah.
I think he's
He's
good
got
for the.
that British grit
He's
sort of
cool.
thing,
He's fucking
Yeah.
funny. He's good for the sport. Um, Look, he got his title shot and he landed a shot against a superior fighter. He won that fight. And I think
Mhm.
at that point, when Michael Bisping became champion, that was when I was his biggest fan. I was like, man, what a fucking story. Dude, you got one eye and now you're like, props to you. The way he handled himself as champion has, I lost, I wouldn't say all respect, but as a spider, most of the respect for him. His first fight, he gets to fight a guy named Dan Henderson, who was an all-time great, but he was like 42 or 40. He was done. Like
Right.
he was ready to retire. He's not even in the top 10. They gift
Right.
him this fight because he's lost. Bisping lost to Henderson in the past. I watched that fight again a couple days ago. I'm convinced it was Henderson or a draw. Like Dean,
Really?
like
Wow.
Bisping barely, and I don't even think he won that fight. So you got your freebie.
Wow.
This guy wasn't in the top 10. You got your
Mhm.
freebie, and then GSP wants to come back and fight him.
Mhm.
He's supposed to fight Yoel Romero. Bisping was supposed to fight Yoel. Like, can you imagine that? That would have
Yep.
been, it would have been a crucifixion. But I
Yeah.
would have respected
He might have
Bisping.
lost his other eye.
But would you have respected? He went in there against a beast and fought him as champ. You
Yeah.
got to respect someone that does that.
Mhm.
He avoided that fight twice. I never heard him talk. He ducked Romero. And look,
Mhm.
I get taking the GSP fight because you're going to make a ton of money. But GSP's at 170. He fought most of his career at 205. You have no business losing that fight. If you take that fight, you cannot lose. And he got his ass beat.
It's a shame too, because Yoel never got a chance
That,
because of all this.
that too. Yeah.
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 Yeah. It's a good distinction. It's something that maybe it should be. I tell you what'll probably happen. You make it unofficial. You got the true champs and you got the champs, but everybody they start like you get reporters to say it. So how do you feel about being a true champ?
Right. Right.
You know?
Well,
Yeah.
a part of this GSP, I brought him up because this is LinkedIn because these are my two least favorite fighters, GSP and Bisping, because
Mm.
they incorporated kind of these same traits. So GSP, I think, could be champ today. He was that great of an athlete, and he was just a
Mm.
freak martial artist early on. He had one inexcusable loss to a guy he never should have lost. That gifted him a
Mhm.
title shot. He avenged
Yep.
that, but something happened to him before he lost that fight. Look, watch GSP's fights. He's knocking people out on the feet. He's submitting them like he is finishing motherfuckers. After he lost that fight, he took everybody down. He took
Yeah.
everybody down and he dominated them. But for 5 rounds, he would just beat them up from on top. And I was like, what is this? You're well rounded. You can do everything. There was a fear in him to stand on the feet, but he dominates everyone at
Was it a
170.
fear or was it a caution?
What's the difference?
Well, fear comes from a place of like, oh, I could lose, I could lose. Or does it come from a place of I'm going to be so smart about this that I can't lose?
He would say the latter, but I would say the first. And
Mhm.
he fought not to lose. He that's
Yeah.
how he fought from there on out.
He
So
became a boring fighter.
he became a boring ass fighter. And then he
Yeah.
retired after a split decision that he lost. Like he should have fought Hendricks again just to clear it up. He retires.
Mhm.
Then you fucking come back when fucking Bisping's champ. You didn't do that with Anderson Silva. You didn't do it with Chris Weidman or Luke Rockhold because you would have got your ass beat. He
So
saw,
here's the question. Is he a true champ?
for 170, yes. To
Okay.
say, hey, he was the champ at 170 and 185. I'm like, he true. He came out and he beat the weakest 185er, and he was supposed to defend his belt, and then he ducked. He was supposed to fight Yoel, and then he was like, oh no, I'm retiring. Yeah.
Oh, what a great fight that would have been.
Right.
Oh man.
So both of them. Look, I like Bisping the way he handled himself as a champ.
Yeah.
Pathetic. GSP
Yeah.
coming back. I get it to be the 2 division champ, but no, man, you always fought not to lose.